although you were CFO, you were actually driving that sort of transformation anyway?
I think, so it's a good question. I think there is definitely a difference between being the CFO in a company where you are the signature on the audited accounts at the end of the year versus being the finance director of a, let's even call it a £1 billion division within a corporate, because it's different. It isn't different in transformational role modelling and behaviours, and it isn't necessarily different in delivering change. Okay, it's different because you have much more of an external perspective and a stakeholder perspective when you operate at that CFO level. But you have much more of a concern and much less protection from the outside world. And you need to be absolutely cognizant of reputation, pace of change, and all of those issues there. And you also need to become much more rounded and aware of pensions, tax, specialisms, all the things that provide your people, your team, and I don't just mean procurement and IT at the time, because I run all those departments. I kind of mean the wider team. You need to be protective of all of those people, because actually, that's your responsibility to them. As a finance director, and now as a business transformation director alongside finance director here, the strategy is still emergent from me. The driving force is still emergent from me in the same way, okay? But instead of getting a board to sponsor and agree and then be the engine for change, here it's much more shared across the patch in terms of testing and being able to affect change and leverage a group shared service or resource. It feels a lot more like I've got access to capital strength and numbers and depth, whereas problem solving as a CFO feels a lot more lonely, for want of a better word. Not in a bad way, it's in a great way, it's a great sense of achievement, but there was much less strength and depth at Onward to lean back on. And I was much more focused in Onward about looking 4, 5, 6 steps ahead, because the strategy we were carving at the same time, Onward's identity we were carving at the same time.
If you've enjoyed this little peek into my discussion with Lisa, go and listen to the full podcast by clicking the link below.